Uh, I actually just finished the video that I made and then I accidentally deleted it. So now I gotta start this all over again. Well, now you know what my new low is gonna be. All this time, and the first time I've ever actually had a video, and then somehow it got immediately deleted. Because I thought I was deleting another one. Because here's the thing, my phone is not very good with storage. So, like, one video already takes like so much room. So I have to delete something. And I thought I deleted yesterday's video, but no, I deleted the one I just made. Well, great. That's exactly how I wanted to spend, my day. Well, no choice left now but to start over. So, if you couldn't tell, that's obviously my low. But my high is that, yesterday it was a pretty good day overall. I got to see my grandfather yesterday. That was really important. I got to be in the hospital, for him in the way he was in the hospital for me all those years ago. Yeah, it would have been obviously better if I stayed with him for the entire night, just like he did for me. But let's be honest, we're still in a time of a pandemic. I was lucky that I was able to go with my father at all. Because I know that this is every hospital in the country, but the way that the hospital in Sarah works is you can only have one, maybe two people in there at a time. And obviously my grandmother was already in there. So, because my father and I went together, obviously. And the fact that they were able to let us both in, that's huge. So, yeah, I got to be with my grandfather for a little while. We watched football, and it was great. Again, it doesn't really sound like much. And again, it'd be great if I was able to, reciprocate what he did for me all those years ago and spend the night in the hospital with him like he did for me. But obviously I know why. It's protocol. There's nothing I can do about it. And the fact that I was able to do even this much, that's good. It's not much, but it's something. And sometimes you just gotta take that for what it is. Other things that happened yesterday that was, really great. My nephews came over. That was a lot of fun. We got to play with them for a little while. And my mom made hamburger soup. I've talked about that in Mom Food Chronicle before. But basically, imagine, vegetable beef soup, only instead of cubes of stew meat, it's, just straight ground beef. And it was really good, it's really good. And this is the first time ever, because normally when my mom makes this, she'll use potatoes. But this time she used both barley and noodles. She's never done that before. Not that I'm complaining. I still like the taste. It was still very, very good. It's just something different than what she normally does. And that's fine. Although one thing I definitely need to talk about in regards to yesterday, and this was originally my low, outside of the fact I'm completely not centered in camera right now, was yesterday was the last day Rita's was open for the year. I mean, yeah, I know Rita's has lots of locations, and some are in warmer areas of the country that, of course, allows them to be open year-round. But where I am, they closed, last night for, the winter, which, because I've been going to Rita's like I have been for many years now, probably since, well, they had been around for a couple of years before I started going back in 2014. Actually, it was really, 2015 was when I really started going as much as I am now. So, in the last 7 years, this is the earliest Rita's has ever closed. Like, ever. Like, I remember back in 2016, they were open. Like, they kept that place open until mid-December, which is huge if you're like, you know, in a frozen treats related store like Rita's is. I mean, 2016, in hindsight, I kind of know why now. Because it was, you know, very, very hot that year, if anyone remembers that. And obviously, even when we got to December, as cold as it did get, it still didn't really get, like, stupidly cold like it usually does now. But, yeah, this is the earliest they've closed. And unfortunately, between the fact that I've been visiting my parents a lot every night and the fact that Rita's was closing every day till now, because it's close to the year, until 8 o'clock at night, I didn't really have much of a chance to go and stock up as much as I would like to for the winter. I mean, I got a few things. I mean, the things I have are 2 quarts of Swedish fish, 1 quart of Sour Patch Kids Red, 1 quart of Island Fusion. I got 1 small of Island Fusion, 1 small of Sour Patch Kids Red, 1 small green apple. It was like the last of the green apple they had. And I got 1, and because I felt, you know, 'tis the season, there was a flavor they have called the Zombie's Blood, which is essentially cherry and black cherry mixed together. You know, Zombie's Blood, and, you know, it's Halloween. I get the theme, it's awesome. Which reminds me, happy Halloween, everyone. So, yeah, I have 8 things. Normally I have, bare minimum, at least 1.5 times that amount. So, you know, 12. Because I would like to make sure I have 1 per week until Rita's opens again. So, the way I see it, I have enough. Let's say I actually do keep that up and have 1 week. That's 8 weeks. For me to actually make sure it lasts that long until it opens again, Rita's opens again, I would have to wait until January before I could have it. Which, full disclosure, no matter how many quarts of ice from Rita's that I get, I usually wait that long anyway. But I get the feeling since I have so little compared to what I normally get, it's just going to be staring me right in the face. I mean, I really shouldn't fret too much. I mean, the next 2 months are going to be very, very, very eventful. And hopefully they'll fly right by. I'm hoping they fly right by because, you know, again, we have Halloween today. You know, if you're Catholic, you have All Saints Day tomorrow and All Souls Day on Wednesday. So it's 3 holidays in a row for me. Veterans Day's coming up. Thanksgiving, of course, that's coming up. And then the instant that we get Thanksgiving, you know, it's, you know, Christmas, 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 all the way through. Well, I know there's other holidays, you know, Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and, you know, Festivus, if you really believe in that one. Actually, Festivus is awesome. Seinfeld reference. So, yeah, these next 2 months, they're going to be pretty eventful. Not to mention, this week I have a wedding to go to. So I'm already totally excited for that one. So I got a lot of stuff on my mind. And, you know, I think the point is that I should be distracted long enough to completely forget about, you know, how much Rita's I have left. And, yeah, I think the new year's going to be here before you know it. I really think the 2023 is going to get here before we even realize it. And that'll be fun. I can't wait. Although, speaking of events, tonight I'm going to be, full disclosure, my act of kindness for tomorrow is going to be that tonight I'm going to be helping my folks give out candy to trick-or-treaters. And I don't really have much of a costume to say to my name. Unfortunately, I just didn't really have time. I didn't really think about what I wanted to be. Plus, even if I did find a costume, the only reason why I'd ever really wear one is if I wanted to go out for Halloween. And I'll be honest, I didn't really hear of any major Halloween parties going on whatsoever. And by that I mean Halloween parties in which people I knew were going to be there. So, I got someone to be there and, talk to and stuff, because that's just what you do at parties. And nothing was going on. I really should be surprised because a lot of my friends that I'm even thinking about right now are either married, have kids, or both. So they've got their own lives to contend with. But just the interaction, that would have been cool. Not that I'm bummed about it. Unfortunately, until we all finally get our heads on straight and have Halloween just straight up be the final weekend in the month of October, there's never really going to be a clear, concise method of how to celebrate Halloween. Because let's be honest, Halloween, you go out at nighttime, stay up late. This needs to be during the weekend. It has to be during the weekend. Kids going out trick-or-treating, listen, no matter what day of the week it is, a kid's not going to understand the concept of the fact that going out trick-or-treating, that's fun, but you have school the next day. The trick-or-treaters are coming out earlier and earlier, and it's to sort of offset the fact that maybe they have work to do and stuff. But come on, you want to be able to sleep in the next morning because you're going to be up late, having your candy, watching scary movies, or both. You want to be able to sleep in the next day. And the fact that, tonight's a school night, you're not really going to get that much. Which is a real shame, too. Because, Halloween is meant to be, it really does feel really any major holiday should be on the weekends. But I don't think that's going to be the case. October 31st, sadly that's going to have to be, how it is. It bums me out a little bit, but that's just the world we live in, I suppose. So I actually want to go, because here's the thing, in the video I just made, good news is I know I just deleted the last video I made, but the good news is I actually remember what picks I got right, for the most part. I think the only ones I got wrong were the Saints winning, the Patriots winning, and the Seahawks winning. Those are the ones I got wrong. Everything else I got right, making my total so far for this week 11-3. So that's huge for me. I'll take that. But every game I got right. Oh, it's funny. When my father and I visited my grandfather in the hospital, we spent forever trying to get the TV to work because we couldn't find the channel where Fox was on, because that's where one of the games was on, specifically the Cowboys and the Bears. And the Cowboys were winning 28-7 when we started watching it. And only as we started watching it did the Bears start to catch up. So if any Cowboys fans are mad that the game was a bit closer than you would have liked, you can't prove that it wasn't me, but you can't prove that it was me either. So, mixed bag, I suppose? Wow, I feel better. Man, this is the second video in a row where I'm able to talk about, my feelings and stuff. And, just talk it out. It's cool. I like that. I should probably, in a way, I technically already do that making these videos, but in terms of I go into a video, emotionally distraught, let's say. Yesterday I was feeling sad, and today I was feeling really annoyed, to say the least. I mean, I just made one video, now I gotta make another one. I mean, not that I don't, it's not that I hate it, I just made it. I don't want to go through the trouble of making it again because, they take like well over 15 minutes to make and stuff. But outside of that, yeah, I'm sad Rita's is closed. I am. But, I just said the next 2 months, they're going to be packed full of stuff that I got to worry about, and well, not worry about, but, prepare for. Again, the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Veterans Day, Christmas, all that stuff. Not to mention, at this point, from now until probably, actually, come to think of it, there's not going to be, I gotta look up when Easter's going to be, but there's going to be at least one major holiday to look forward to from now until probably August of next year. And by that point, Rita's will be long opened again, so yeah, I'm going to be okay. I got to see my grandfather yesterday, and even though it wasn't exactly what he did for me, considering that we live in a time of a pandemic, that's enough. I got to see him, got to give him a kiss, because, I love my grandfather. It's good. I'm okay with that. So I hope I liked this video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, find me on social media. Oh, right, I have a pick to make. I remember I picked the Bengals over the Browns. So there you go. Like, share, subscribe, and follow me on social media platforms. Follow me on, follow me on social media. As always, I have a humble video for all you guys watching. Enjoy for today. We'll be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And have a happy Halloween, everyone. And remember, if you want to talk channels, we're going to be here to land. I'll right back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.